If you're the type of golfer who struggles with hitting the ground before the ball, this is the video you should be watching, because we're going to talk about how we can fix that super easily with a swing thought that you can use on the course, not just on the range. All right, so I love swing thoughts that we can actually use while we're competing, while we're actually playing against our buddies, while we're out on the course, because you guys know my background. I was a player before I started coaching, so I have tried all of these things myself in competition, on tour. So I'm only telling you guys the things that work and that I've done. If I haven't tested them, we're not doing them. You're not doing them. So this is what I loved to do, especially with a driver too, actually. So this is good for irons and for drivers. And I just love this feeling because it's a visual in my swing. So I know whether I'm doing it right or not. It's not something that you have to video and then go to the camera and run to the camera and think about it. So I love this, so let's do it. So first, I want to take you through the actual issue when you start bottoming out before you get to the ball, especially with the irons. And that is kind of a tick-tock motion with the upper body right here. And this is what happens a lot of the time that I see in my students. And this tick-tock motion is essentially, I'm going to take this club away because the mirrors are not going to like me for this, is when you go back in your backswing, what happens is you kind of do a reverse pivot and you kind of tick this way with your head, and then you tick the other way, and it's really not a good turn. What's missing in this is a good turn. This is more of a turn. Do you see the difference here? This is me turning versus this is me tilting, and this is me tilting. So we want to make sure that we get a good turn so we can impact much better, and we can actually impact at the ball, and we can get the bottom of our swing to be much more consistent than with this tilting, because the tilting also kind of engages the sway, which, gosh, that is one thing you really don't want to wake up that dragon if you don't have to. So because when my body does tilt, see how it's almost impossible for my hips not to do it, because we know that this feels weird and we're not going to do this. So if we do this, it feels less weird, looks more weird, but it feels less weird. So it's just a mistake that happens as we're not turning well.